Hey everyone, Thomas here from Girl Has It All, and well, I'm sure we've all had that thought, right? Like teleporting to work, skip that commute altogether, just like they do in Star Trek.
Yeah.
But while beaming ourselves up is still, science fiction quantum teleportation, it's actually a real thing, and there've been some, amazing new developments recently.
Yeah, some really exciting stuff.
So we've got Jenna with us, our resident quantum expert here at Girl Has It All,
Hi, everyone.
to break it all down for us.
Yeah.
So before we dive into the, really complex stuff, for anyone new to Girl Has It All, can you give us a quick overview?
Sure. So Girl Has It All is really all about, empowering you in every area of your life, right? So personal growth, professional success, and even like those deeper connections, between science and metaphysics.
Right.
And we offer coaching on a huge range of topics. So everything from like managing anxiety to, well, the quantum world.
Okay, so let's get back to this quantum teleportation thing.
Yeah.
It sounds really complex, but I have a feeling you're going to make it crystal clear for us.
I'll do my best.
All right.
So the first thing to understand is we're not actually talking about teleporting physical objects like in the movies.
Okay.
It's more about teleporting information, specifically the quantum state of a particle.
Okay, hold on. Quantum state.
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
Okay, so imagine you're holding some cotton candy, right? And then it starts to rain. That cotton candy, it just dissolves, right? Like it loses its structure, its unique properties. A quantum state is kind of like that.
Okay.
Incredibly fragile, really easily disrupted.
Okay.
So quantum teleportation, it's like finding a way to capture all of that information that makes up that cotton candy.
Yeah.
Its shape, its sweetness, everything, and recreate it perfectly somewhere else before it disappears.
So instead of moving like the actual thing, we're sending like a blueprint.
Yeah.
Like a set of instructions to rebuild it somewhere else.
Exactly.
Okay.
And what's really amazing is that researchers have actually managed to teleport the quantum state of a photon, that's a particle of light,
Right.
across a real-world fiber optic cable over 30 kilometers long.
Wow.
And get this, they did it while regular internet traffic was still flowing through the same cable.
So it's like sending, that perfect copy of the cotton candy through a hurricane and having it arrive perfectly intact on the other side.
That's a pretty good analogy. Yeah, it's a huge accomplishment, and it involves some really clever techniques to protect that delicate quantum state from all the interference in the cable, like finding, a quiet little alleyway in the middle of a bustling city where you can actually have a conversation.
Yeah.
They had to find those quiet spots within the cable where the photon's information could travel without being disturbed.
Okay, I think I'm starting to get it now. But why is teleporting, one single photon such a big deal? What does this actually mean, for the real world?
Well, this is where it gets really exciting. This breakthrough, it brings us a lot closer to a future with a quantum internet.
A quantum internet. Now that sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie.
It might sound futuristic, but it's actually based on, some very real scientific principles. And the potential applications are incredible.
Yeah.
Like mind-blowing.
Okay, now you've got my attention. Unhackable communication.
Right.
That sounds pretty amazing these days. How would that even work?
Well, it all comes down to the nature of quantum information.
Okay.
You see, in the quantum world, observing a particle actually changes its state.
Wow.
So if someone tried to intercept a message, sent through a quantum network,
Right.
they would inevitably change the information.
Okay.
Making it instantly obvious that someone was eavesdropping.
So it's like a built-in alarm system
Exactly.
that goes off if anyone tries to peek at your messages.
Exactly. It's like having this, invisible alarm that goes off the moment someone tries to tamper with the data.
Wow.
And that's just one of the amazing possibilities with a quantum internet.
You mentioned faster computing too, right? Like what kind of speed are we talking about here? Would my computer finally stop buffering, when I'm trying to watch cat videos online?
Well, let's just say buffering wouldn't be a problem anymore.
Okay.
Think about it like this. Our current computers rely on bits,
Right.
which can be either a 0 or a 1, but quantum computers, they use qubits, which can be both 0 and 1 at the same time.
Wow.
This allows them to perform calculations at speeds that would take our traditional computers millions of years.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
But how would this kind of computing power actually be used in the real world? It also sounds a bit, theoretical.
It might sound theoretical now, but the applications are vast and could really have a huge impact on our lives. For example, in medicine,
Okay.
quantum computers could be used to simulate complex biological processes,
Right.
leading to new drug development and therapies.
So we could potentially cure diseases that are now incurable.
It's definitely within the realm of possibility.
Well,
And that's not all. In environmental monitoring, quantum sensors could detect tiny changes in pollution levels, or even predict natural disasters with incredible accuracy.
and it's amazing to think that all of this could be possible by harnessing the power of, the quantum world.
It is truly remarkable. And this kind of brings us back to something we touched on earlier.
Sure.
The connection between these quantum advancements and this idea of manifestation,
Okay.
which is something we explore quite deeply at Girl Has It All.
You mean the idea that our thoughts and beliefs can actually influence reality?
Yeah.
I know that's a big focus in personal development circles, but how does it connect to the quantum world?
Well, in quantum mechanics, there's this concept called the observer effect,
Okay.
which suggests that the act of observing a quantum system actually influences its behavior. This has led some physicists and philosophers to speculate that consciousness itself might play a role in shaping reality.
So are we saying that our minds could actually influence the outcome of quantum events? Like teleporting a photon?
It's a fascinating and controversial idea. And while there's no definite scientific proof, yet it does raise some interesting questions about the nature of reality and the power of our own minds.
This is where it gets really interesting, right?
Yeah.
The intersection of science and metaphysics.
Yeah,
The idea that we might have more control over our reality than we realize.
exactly. And this is something we delve into quite deeply in some of our Girl Has It All programs,
Yeah.
particularly our exclusive Fellowship of the Chi.
Now, I've heard whispers about this Fellowship of the Chi,
Mm-hmm.
but it's shrouded in a bit of mystery.
Yeah, it's a bit hush-hush.
Can you shed some light on what it's all about?
The Fellowship of the Chi is a very special program,
Okay.
designed for those who are truly committed to, their personal growth and ready to explore unconventional approaches to achieving their full potential.
So it's not your average, self-help seminar.
Not at all.
Okay.
It's invitation only.
Okay. Wow.
We delve into topics like energy work visualization and the power of intention, exploring how these principles can be used to manifest positive change in our lives.
So you're taking the principles of quantum mechanics and applying them to personal development,
Yeah,
like helping people tap into their inner power.
that's a great way to put it.
Wow.
We believe that by understanding and harnessing these principles, we can truly unlock our full potential and create the lives we desire.
This is all so fascinating.
It is, right?
We've gone from teleporting photons
Yeah.
to exploring the power of our minds to shape reality.
Yeah.
It's amazing how these seemingly separate concepts are actually interconnected.
The boundless possibilities that exist when we just open our minds to new ideas and explore the world with curiosity and wonder.
I think you've hit the nail on the head there, Jenna.
Yep.
But before we get too carried away with all of these mind-blowing concepts, so let's bring it back to our listeners for a moment. We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive, from the intricacies of quantum teleportation to the potential of a quantum internet,
Yeah.
and even touched upon the fascinating connection between quantum principles and the power of manifestation.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm curious to hear from you, our listeners. What's resonating with you the most? What sparks your imagination? Is it the idea of unhackable communication, superfast computing, or perhaps the potential to use quantum technology to solve, some of the world's most pressing problems? Maybe you're intrigued by the idea that our consciousness could actually play a role in shaping reality. Or perhaps you're skeptical about some of these ideas and have some burning questions.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, we'd love to hear your thoughts. We believe that the real magic happens when we engage in these conversations, share our perspectives, and challenge each other to think outside the box.
Yeah.
This deep dive into quantum teleportation has been a real journey of exploration.
It has.
And it's clear that we're just scratching the surface of what's possible. But it's also a reminder that we're not just, passive observers in this vast universe.
Right.
We have the power to influence our reality, to create positive change, and to unlock our full potential.
Absolutely.
And perhaps by understanding the principles of the quantum world, we can begin to tap into that power in ways we never thought possible.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up this episode, we leave you with a final thought.
Okay.
If we can teleport information, what other boundaries can we break? What other limitations can we transcend?
Yeah.
The journey of exploration is just beginning, and we can't wait to see where it leads us next.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the quantum world. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep believing in the limitless possibilities that lie ahead.
Absolutely. See you next time.
Bye.